Hi everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. I hope you're doing well. It's so cold here in Albuquerque that I'm in another one of my fuzzies. They're like fuzzy bottoms, and no, you cannot do this now. Not now, baby. So I'm staying warm. This morning when I let my dogs out, it was 17 degrees. Cold as can be. But I woke up with a little bit of anxiety today, which really stunk. And I'm like, oh God, where does this come from? Whatever. But yeah, this morning I was kind of thinking about things as I get older, because I'm 69 years old now. And I got to thinking about, there's so many things that are great about getting older because we're alive, but there are things that aren't so great. And I thought, I'm going to ask my YouTubers to put down in the comments what bothers you the most about getting older, or if you're already elderly, what bothers you the most. In my case, I guess there's, one of the things that bugs me is I have more, how can I put it, not worries, but more thoughts about what life is left, right? When you're in your 20s, 30s, even 40s, 50s, you're like going on about your life. But once you're getting closer to the end there, you start thinking about things, you start viewing life like, oh gosh, I don't know how to explain it. I think you know what I mean. Not fears, not worries, just thoughts of what it's going to be like as you get older. Maybe it is a little worry or a little fear, I don't know. But I think you know what I mean. And that's one of the things I don't like. I never had that when I was much younger. I never thought about getting older and what's going to happen when I'm getting older. And those weren't thoughts in my head. Now they are. Now they are. The other thing is I have more sensitivities to foods that I didn't used to. Like if something is too spicy, which is rare. I'm very lucky that I don't get heartburn all the time. I consider that so lucky. But it used to be I could eat, like chili or a chili dog or something like that. Didn't bother me. Now I kind of have to watch what I eat because it can cause heartburn. So I rarely have it because now I watch what I eat. But I used to not have to watch what I ate. And that kind of stinks too. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like that. And I can't do things as much as I used to. Like I'm not tired all day. I'm not one of those, at my age, I'm not really tired all the time. But I do tire more quickly when I do things than I used to. I mean, when I was younger, I could whip through my whole house, vacuum and dust and do the dishes and do the laundry, whatever, and I wasn't fazed. Now, it's like I'm doing things in increments. I'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If I'm not in the mood, I'm just not going to do it, period. I mean, literally. I'm just like, you know what? I vacuumed, I'm good. Or something like that. You know what I mean. So yeah, kind of getting tired a little bit, easier than before. And I think back to when I was younger. Oh my gosh, I remember thinking, oh, if I could just sleep forever. I'd be, asleep by 10 o'clock when I was married and we had the kids and everything. And it'd be time to go to bed. It was like 10 o'clock's here. And then on the weekend, when the kids would sleep in when they were older, oh my God, go to sleep by 10 and wake up about like 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Now, no. Now it's like 6 o'clock and maybe 6:30. But it's like I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking, oh my God, why am I awake? Now I have nobody here. I'm living alone with just my dogs. I could just sleep in and enjoy the rest. But no, I wake up. I swear to you, it doesn't matter what time I go to bed. The 6 o'clock hour, in that hour somewhere, is time to wake up. And that bugs me, because as I lay there, my dogs are next to me, sound asleep, and I look at them and I'm like, God, I wish I could do that. But no, I lay there, so I flick the TV on because I'm not going to get up when it's so dark and cold in the house. I just don't want to get up. It's like, no, I've been there, done that a million times. And so I lay there watching whatever on TV and thinking, hurry up, 8 o'clock come, because that's the time I let my dogs out and the time I feed them too. So yeah, that's another one I don't care for. The other one is I'm much more sensitive to heat and cold. I mean, much more sensitive. I remember it didn't matter how hot or how cold it was, it didn't bug me. I managed, I was fine, whatever. But now, guys, let me tell you, the cold affects me so much more now. There are times when it feels like I just can't get warm. And I thought it was just me, but in speaking to others and seeing comments on other videos, it's like this is kind of common. And my sister, she too, she's sensitive to hot and cold now. She's in her late 70s, and she too is. And it's so weird, on a hot summer day, that's why I really hate summer, because you can't do anything besides, dress cool to a certain point, whereas in the winter, if you're cold, you can really layer up. In the summer, what do? So in the winter, if it's too cold, I have to be very careful. I have to keep my body warm, or else I get to a point where I can't warm back up. And this only happened now that I got older. When I was younger, no, that didn't happen. And same with the heat in the summer. Oh my gosh, if I step outside and it's, say, I don't know, we'll say 95 degrees, up in the high 90s type of thing, forget it. I cannot be out in it. I go out with my dogs just long enough for them to do their business. I'm done. Can't do that anymore. The heat literally will make me feel sick. I actually will feel sick. Not just get kind of hot, but I actually feel sick. So I have to be careful in the heat too. And I'm finding that that's really common with a lot of people as they get older. And it stinks. I don't like having to, make all these little adjustments. It's like, come on. Even in the house, I can turn the heater down because it feels comfortable to me. And then the coolness starts, getting into the house. And I'm just like, ooh, I need to turn the heater up or get a blanket, whatever, because can't take it. And I absolutely cannot stand that. So that's another thing that just bugs me. As the seasons change, like my favorite time of the year is fall and spring, once spring warms up to where it's just comfortable, in those two seasons when the temperatures are just kind of comfortable, that's my favorite time of the year. Summer is my least favorite because of the heat. At least in the winter, if I have to get out and about, I can dress nice and warm and I'm comfortable. But in the summer, oh my gosh, forget it. It's just not for me. The other thing that I find strange now that I'm getting older is I don't know how I can explain this to you guys, but I'm not finding stuff to watch on, I don't watch TV. I haven't watched, by TV I mean your local channels, 4, 7, 13, 5, whatever. I haven't watched those in a long time because there's just nothing on them that I like. But I'm just finding that more and more that I watch on YouTube or movies, I'm not that interested in that much anymore, guys. I'm really having a hard time, like, there are times I just want to sit down, do nothing, watch something interesting, and I'll turn on something, and in a matter of minutes, like, I'm bored, and I flip to something else. That's boring. And it's weird because I used to be able to find movies that I adored. I could watch a movie like back when a movie called Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock came out back in the 90s. I must have watched that movie over and over and over once it was on, where we could watch it on the TV. I don't even know. I guess it was Netflix that it came out on first, one of those. But I watched it a million times. I loved it so much. And there's a few others too that I loved and I got to watch over and over. Now I can't find a movie that I can actually say, I love that movie. I love it. It is such a good movie. And I have tried on new ones, not so new, a little bit older type of thing that I haven't seen. And I'll be a matter of minutes into it and it's like, oh, that's boring. I don't know what that is, guys. Do you experience that too, where you're not finding much to watch that really, really grabs your interest? I'm having that issue, and that's kind of bugs me too, because it's when you live alone and you have nobody to sit and talk to or just chat with or whatever. It's really helpful if you find something on your downtime to watch. At least for me. I know everybody does something different. Maybe some people paint, they read, they whatever. I can't read anymore. That's the other thing. I cannot read. I try to read and I'm just, I'm sitting there reading. Oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to read. And I used to be an avid reader, guys. Ooh, I was an avid reader. I could read book after book after book years ago. Now, no matter how hard I try, I start and I'm just like, no, I can't continue this. Can't continue this reading. And so, for me personally, I like to find something interesting on YouTube because I don't watch anything anymore on, like I said, TV. And so, for the longest time, I did find things I loved on YouTube that really grabbed my interest. I don't know if it's because so much of it is repetitive or what, but I'm having a hard time finding things interesting on YouTube. Maybe it's, the old been there, done that, where you've seen so much of the same thing. There's just a few that I really love. There's one called Casper Sight. I like him. It's about all kinds of weird TikTok video type of things. And even those, I used to be hooked on those. They're called scary TikTok videos or weird, TikTok videos, that type of thing. I used to love to watch them because of the unusual things they would show. Now I've even gotten bored with that. So I don't know what's going on with that, guys. But that's another area. And music. Okay, music. I used to just adore music. Now I'm finding that the music I used to love, I'm not loving so much anymore. I actually went through a little period when I was listening to music from the 1930s and 40s, yeah. And some of those songs were songs that I remember my mom listening to and singing to. And I'm finding interest in that kind of music and a soft jazz kind of music. It's got to be soft. I don't like that really harsh kind of jazz. Very soft. But yeah, I'm finding what's going on that I don't like the music I used to like. It's like, what is going on? A lot of changes in here, and also at this age now I'm dealing with anxiety, which I've never had before. We've all had anxious times in life, but this is like a daily thing that I'm dealing with now. I never had to deal with that. I'd have a rough time, deal with it for a few days, get on with life, and that was that. Now, because of, if you watch my last video, because of the panic attack I had a little over a year ago, I was left with chronic anxiety. Well, that's the last thing I wanted at this age, because you already have enough to deal with in your head about getting older, and anxiety doesn't help that. So it's like, okay, I'm getting older here. All these things that are changing. And no, they're not all bad, but this video is about what you don't like. What do you hate about getting older? I'd really like to know what you're uncomfortable with, or what you just hate, or is just making your life harder, maybe miserable, maybe it's just making your days kind of crappy, you know? I'd like to know, because you guys, like I've said before, when you share what's going on in your life in regards to whatever a video is about, or if you can relate to it and you put your comments, other people get a benefit out of it. Believe it or not, they really do get a benefit. Like, oh man, look at her. She hates this now that she's older. It's not just me. It really does. It does help people. What, baby? Oh, this dog. She's a camera hog. Okay. Yeah, she's so precious. I could squish her to death. But, yeah, I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, patience. I don't know about you, but patience, like out in traffic. Oh, my patience out in traffic, I'm trying to bring that down. I'm trying to bring that down, because it's like, my brain's like, oh my God, would you just make a turn already? You know, have you ever been behind those people where they practically come to a total stop just to turn? And it's like, I don't know, I sit there in my car talking to myself, oh my God, will you just turn? For God's sake, just turn. You know, I don't know, guys. So I hate that how can I put it? I've always been what do you call it? You know, a driver who I talk at the cars out there that are ticking me off. You know, God, you slow down. Oh my God, you are going too slow. You're going too fast, you know, inside the car. But now it's more of a, and it's funny because I've seen some videos where people say now that they're older they have more patience. And I do in other areas. In other areas of life, definitely have more patience, without a doubt. But like when it comes to traffic, I don't know. That one kind of, I don't know. I'm a rage driver, you know. But it's, I don't know what it is, guys. I'm just starting to notice, you know, do you have aches and pains? Are you suffering from something that you never did when you were younger, maybe? I'm very fortunate in that regard, that I don't have, you know, achy joints or aches and pains all over my body. I am very fortunate in that regard. And I attribute that to the fact that I can't eat wheat or gluten, and I can't eat dairy because I'm lactose intolerant. And my doctor told me that grains and dairy can be very inflammatory in the body. Well, I've had to be off of that for decades, literally decades, because of my allergy to wheat and gluten. Gluten in general makes me feel very terrible if I eat it. Anything that has gluten, my body will, I will actually swell up in my hands if I eat wheat. My hands swell up, I get tingling in my legs. Wheat is a no for me. And of course, being lactose intolerant, dairy is something that I treat myself once in a blue moon. And I honestly believe that because I have been off of those things for so long, it has helped me not have a bunch of aches and pains, because my doctor did tell me that wheat and grains in general, and especially though with gluten and dairy, can really cause inflammatory stuff going on in your body, and that's the last thing you need or want as you get older. So I am lucky in that respect, but do you guys have aches and pains all over that you didn't have before? Maybe when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, my knees, my feet, my whatever, something hurts, you know, that type of thing. Yeah, there's just a lot of little things that are cropping up that I don't like as I'm getting older. No, they're not the most major things, but to me they are, because it's a change in my existence. It's not the way it used to be. And especially the getting tired after doing a lot of housework. Gosh, I'm telling you guys, I can remember whipping through things like that, and I wasn't tired. Even moving. Oh my gosh, if you knew how many times I had moved in my life, you'd wonder how I'm still sane. But I tell you what, I could pack up a house in a day, a whole day. A whole house I could pack up in a day. And I was a little tired at night, but next day I was fine. I don't like the tired thing. And it's not drastic to where I have to just, fall down in bed or on the couch and just, I'm gone. No, it's just, for me, in my case, it's just a little subtlety that I notice, I tired a little quicker doing this than I used to. So I don't like that one at all. And I don't know, guys. There's just a lot of little things. I'm trying to think of something else right now. Those are kind of the ones that were on my mind that, I don't know. And I think back to when I used to enjoy taking a nice long hot shower. Ooh, excuse me. A nice long hot shower. I used to love just lingering in that shower. Now, I just want to get in the shower. If it's hair wash day, wash my hair, wash my body, get out. I want out. I don't like to get too hot in a shower. Isn't that weird? But I don't. I don't like coming out of a shower being all sweaty. So I take just a comfortably warm shower now. But I remember when I would take a nice hot shower and it felt so good and I was staying there forever. Not now. I can't wait to get in, get out, get lotioned up, get dressed. I'm done. I don't know what that is either. But sometimes I'll try to force myself. I'll be like, Lori, get in the shower, relax, enjoy the warmth, enjoy the time in there. It doesn't work. I just want to shower and get out. I don't know what that is either. And now I'm kind of starting to feel like I want to shower at night, but I don't really want to. I want to, but I don't want to. Because when I shower at night, oh, it feels so good to go to bed just all clean and warm. But then when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel fresh and clean. Isn't that weird? So I'm still a morning shower. But every once in a while, I'll be like, I'm going to shower tonight. And it feels so good to just crawl into bed in fresh PJs, freshly clean, just feeling warm and cozy, you know? But there's another one is I used to enjoy things. I tried it just last week. I got really cold, couldn't warm up one of those days. And I thought, I'm just going to take a nice warm shower. And I got in there and, oh God, it felt so good the minute it hit. I just stood there like, oh God, this feels so good. And in like 2 minutes, it was like, shower, get up, get out. I don't know what that is either, guys. Tell me some of your weird quirks now that you're older, because I'm just noticing these things I don't like that are a change. And I assume there's going to be more that pop up as I get older, as I get into my 70s, and who knows how long I'm going to live. But I assume there's going to be some more things that pop up. And another thing I hate is finding out you've lost friends that have died. Just yesterday I thought of somebody that he was actually an attorney, and he had helped when I was married. He had helped my husband and I with a house issue. But we continued being friends even after I divorced. He was just a good friend to me. He helped me with everything. He was always a really good guy to me. But we lost touch. He got married and, what have you. And I thought, oh, I wonder how he's doing. So yesterday I was thinking about him. I thought, I'm going to Google him, see if he's still practicing, what have you. Well, I noticed he's not practicing. And I only knew that because I called the number and it's dead. I thought, well, that's weird. Well, then, as I continued to Google him, I found out he died in September. I was like, oh my God, you're kidding. It really saddened me. I thought, oh, I couldn't believe he's gone. I can't believe he's gone. Same thing happened a few years ago with a friend of mine that I had back in the 70s. We were like this, living together in an apartment complex. I mean, we were like this. And I decided to look her up about 3 years ago. She moved from Albuquerque to Massachusetts, and I thought, oh, I'm curious how she's doing. We lost touch. I Googled her name, there's her obituary. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe she was gone. And it just shocked me. I couldn't believe it. So that's another thing I'm not too thrilled about in getting older, is people starting to go. And so I just had to bring this up to you today, because I know there are a lot of you who are also, you're having issues as you get older, and it helps to talk and relate to others when you see comments and you feel like you're not alone in what you're feeling. And I don't mean this to be a downer video, it's just the facts of life, what we're going through as we get older. And is it hard for you? Are you having issues that make it much harder, or that you just really hate, that you wish weren't there? Share it, because you help others not to feel alone with what you're going through, if they're going through the same thing. And even if it's not the same thing, they can relate in the way of, yeah, getting older isn't always so easy. And I do consider myself very lucky, no doubt. I don't have any major health issues, except for right now I'm dealing with the anxiety, which I'm hoping to goodness that just goes away. I really hope that goes away, because that is no fun to deal with. But aside from that, I don't have any major health issues. Knock on wood. But so yeah, share what you're going through. Share your dislikes. This is about the dislikes. I know people want to say, oh, I love life, I love being old, or whatever. Come on, guys. This one is about sharing what you don't like about it, so that others cannot feel so alone in their little journey as they get older. And not necessarily, elderly like 80s or 90s. I mean, as you're getting older, things can start in your 40s, as early as your 40s, even younger, depending on the person. Things can start changing that maybe you're like, I don't really like this, But share. And I hope by you venting, maybe it helps you. By venting in your comments, maybe it'll help you a little bit too, because I find that you guys are very therapeutic for me. That's why I did this video today. I woke up feeling a little anxiety, and I thought talking to my YouTubers and reading their comments has been very helpful. I'm going to start my laundry to help get my mind off of this little bit of anxiety I'm going through right now. It's so weird. I hate it. It comes out of nowhere. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you my day today, what I was thinking of, how I'm feeling, and hopefully you'll share with me and with others your feelings about getting older, or maybe you're already elderly and what you're going through. So take care, guys. I'm going to try to start that laundry. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I didn't feel like it. I was like, oh, I don't want to do the laundry. I hate it. So anyway, here's my little Lily again. She has to be part of it all. So say goodbye, Lily. Say goodbye. Yeah, say goodbye, baby. She's such a sweetie. And my Pixie is on the couch, as usual. And the dog that I'm doggy sitting is in her room. I don't think she likes me talking to this, so she goes to her room that I let her stay in when I take care of her. So anyway, guys, have a good one. Share your thoughts and feelings on getting older, or maybe you're already elderly. Take care. Okay, you got to get down so I can get up. All right, guys. See you later.